Talking about, playtime is me time right here, and you see this right here, talking about with the pause right here, and people might want to know too that, yeah, if you go ahead and paint the picture of the pause right there, and want to know that, yeah, people might want to know too that, okay, yeah, so if you were to actually paint the picture right there of the pause right there, and thinking as to where that, yeah, give the pause a different color, but still. So yeah, what exactly does me time pretty much mean? Is toward yeah, it could mean playing a game. It could also mean doing an activity. But still, in case if anybody's wondering too, is toward it when we talk about cats and dogs or any other sorts of pet that you were toward. Oh, okay, yeah, that. So we're talking about toward it. You actually play tricks you with your dog, right? You actually play tricks on them, like to play like a little activity to where that yeah, that what do your paws necessarily mean right here? What do the paws pretty much mean right here? Is that yeah, So in case of anybody's wondering toward it, that yeah, that whenever a dog that says play, that is putting their paws up, that pretty much means is that they're connecting, right? So everybody may want to know too that okay, that's another way of how the puppy is trying to connect, with their owner, with the person. So you're thinking is that yeah, about what color do you think that you want to give the paws that they're trying to connect, and maybe if they're just being a little funny or something like that, but still. I'll go ahead and draw the paws, paint the paws, the color of the paws right here. But everybody might even say too that okay, yeah, if the puppy asks you to go ahead and pick a number, yeah, go ahead and pick a number between. I can maybe just pick a number here, a random number, a number between. You pick a number between two and between 2 and 17 or something like that. You'll pick a number. Yeah, pick a number between. Pick a number between. Yeah, pick a number. Pick a number between 5 and 11. So really, that whenever you do think about that in your word toward, oh, okay, what exactly does that mean right there? If that's right there supposed to be a word problem or anything like that, I can maybe highlight that in yellow. Do like that all in yellow. Maybe color yellow right there. So if that right there is supposed to be like a word problem right there. So everybody might say that yeah, it's all about guessing, right? And people might say that yeah, that yeah. So puppy, your playtime, me time, I guess is like a take a guess. Guess what? So yeah, I have a surprise to tell you. Guess what? So if a puppy were to be putting their paws up like that, what are the chances are that they're trying to say is that yeah, that they're interacting, that they're saying is toward that there's something that they want to that they're trying to tell you, and but still that each time you do think about that in your word toward it, yeah, whenever the puppy puts their paws up just like that, and you're warned toward it, hey, guess what? I got something to tell you, or something like that, or play the guessing game right here. But pick a number between 5 and 11 right here, and so every time you do think about that, and you're warned toward it, yeah, is this supposed to be like a quiz or anything such as whenever you do take a guess on something that anybody might even say that whenever you do guess something, what you're basically are saying is to where you want to kind of get an idea about what they're going to say before they actually say it, and that's usually what it means right there. And people might say that, yeah, that if you would like to have an idea and be surprised on what you're going to say and what the person is about to say, but still, whenever you do think about that and you're worried toward it, what does it usually mean whenever the dog, the puppy, puts his paws up like that and thinking it's toward it? Yeah, I got something to tell you right there. And but still, I on the other hand too, that would think is toward it. Whenever it comes to puppy love right here, but still, that you see this right here. I'm talking about with playtime is me time right here. So I was just thinking that whenever I saw this, I was thinking as to what, okay, yeah, that, so what, whenever you see a dog put its paws up just like that right there, and people may say this to where, yeah, does that pretty much mean is that, I would like to show you something, I would like to teach you something, and, yeah, put them like that right there. I'm trying to give you something or something like that. Yeah, so if you would actually put that, if you actually seen this on a greeting card for sure, that people may want to know too that you have a lot of greeting cards, by the way, are going to be designed that way to where that you have the puppy right there with his paws up on the front, and you're thinking as toward it, yeah, that that pretty much means that I got something to tell you, or something like that, or let me give you an idea, or pick a number between 5 and 11, or something like that. So, yeah, so something like that on the greeting card right there. Playtime is me time right there, and people may want to know too that is toward it. That yeah, being hyperactive right there, right? But in case of anybody's warned toward it, that yeah, that you know what, greeting cards are not going to explain the whole story about what's going on, but on the other hand, that why do you think anybody would maybe even say that is toward it? Why do you think a lot of kids would say that they want to take a guess because they don't want to look dumb, when they're asked a question? And a lot of times, anybody's going to maybe say is toward it. Whenever you do, get asked a question a lot of times about anything that you would much rather guess than to rather look dumb and say that, oh, okay, you're wrong about that. You were wrong about this. You were wrong about that. And so that's why it seems that way, that you would take a guess on something, but still, if you're right or if you're wrong, but like everybody might say that whenever you do look at a puppy dog right here, and people may want to know too, yeah, puppy dog with the green with his paws like that, and people may want to know too is toward it. It's like a little activity game, and if you would actually use it on a greeting card, and maybe you would see these four different spots right here toward it. They would be numbered and everything, and so yeah. So why do you think that anybody would want to start out with any conversation by pick a number between 1 and 11, and if you are wrong, then I'm like, yeah. So a lot of times it's like the guessing game right here, and so really, that I think a lot of people would much rather do that, just because that if they don't want to talk about something at the beginning, right? If you're trying to tell somebody something about a situation or whichever it is, chances are that they are not going to want to talk it out until they feel a little bit more comfortable with somebody, somebody that they know and trust to talk about the situation. And also with the puppy dog right here, the puppy dog, anything about therapist, right? But still, you look at the greeting card right here, and you're warned toward it, yeah, that anything about common sense, right? But playtime is me time right here, and so you're warned toward it that whenever it comes to guess what right here, and so yeah, that you got the paws right here, and I was just thinking as to where that everybody might you want to know too that what does it usually mean whenever a puppy puts its paws up like that, and it could also mean that I got something to give to you, I got something to tell you, or something like that, or hey, nice try, or something like that. But still, whenever you do think about that, and you're warned toward it. That you'll be asked the question to where to pick a number between 5 and 11 right here. And, why do you think anybody would think in general that that sounds pretty complicated. I don't really like messing. It sounds like a scenario, to where that, I don't really want to guess what the problem is or the solution. I just want to get to the facts, and so that is why it seems that way. Toward it, if you want to take a guess what on something, for sure that. You actually, people say that get to the truth, get to the facts. And so, yeah, people might even say too that, well, just to make the long story short, that's another reason why that I said to pick a number between 5 and 11, just because, just to make the long story short, yeah, it was my fault, so yeah, so it sure seems that way that everybody might even say too that the different ways on how you can get somebody to talk and for them to realize the situation. But like you said, that you got you use an example right here of a puppy dog right here, just because of that reason. Just because it's your way of how do you connect, with this person, with this this so-called soulmate right here, and that's why it seems that way to where the playtime is me time right here. And so people may say this to where that if you see a puppy like this with his paws out like that, and you're thinking as toward, oh, okay, I think I do know what that means right there. But people might say as toward, yeah, well, good luck, good luck, trying to, yeah. So, in case of anybody's want to know too, that, why do you think that everybody would say that in general? Why do you think that? People say that just because is toward, oh, okay, if you're trying to solve a problem within about maybe 5 minutes or maybe 30 minutes or something like that, then they might tell you that, well, good luck. Good luck trying to get that information, because of the fact that from all the time and effort that you got to go through, just to be able to get information about that. And so it seems like it's like, yeah, like a push and a pull. And in case of anybody's wondering, yeah, it's like a push and a pull right here. Make that bigger print, but yeah, good luck right there. But it's like a push and a pull, a push and a pull. So really, so if you're trying to solve any sorts of mathematical problems right here, and people might say is to where the playtime is me time right here, and yeah, I would like to explain it my own way, and that's another reason why I say is that, yeah, just to make the long story short, I just went ahead and took a guess and just wrote down a couple of ideas, generated a couple of ideas, and wrote them right here on the side or something like that, and just put a picture right here of a subject. And that subject was a puppy dog. And so people might say is toward it, yeah, with his paws out like that, and say is toward it, hey, I can explain everything. But anyway, talk about, say, understand about puppy love, right?